Alright, so there's a MAGA civil war going on right now. A lot of Donald Trump's most loyal supporters are attacking the official college Republican account after they came out saying that the verdict in Donald Trump's trial should be respected and that the election was fair. And MAGA has now turned into this purity testing cult where they only allow loyalists in that align with them 100%, where they used to be more of like a broad tent coalition. They now are trying to kick people out if they disagree with them on one thing. But a lot of MAGA pundits, a lot of people that are popular in the MAGA world were melting down on Twitter. I mean, launching some vicious attacks, modeling that after Daddy Trump, of course. And this tweet wasn't even that crazy. It was kind of just your typical middle-of-the-road Republican tweet. The College Republicans' official account on Twitter said, "Today's convictions are the result of a politically motivated prosecution." Yeah, they're definitely Republicans. "But a verdict was handed down by the jurors whose decisions were made in accordance with our criminal justice system. As such, the outcome of this trial should be respected." Okay, cool. Republicans say they're for law and order, but they have been constantly undermining our legal and judicial system once Donald Trump is actually in trouble. The college Republicans continue to say, just like the decision of voters on November 5th. And that's fine. That's been the typical Republican talking point, that this will actually be decided on November 5th, and we can bring that same energy to them. But the ensuing meltdown after they sent out this kind of normal tweet actually blows my mind. I think MAGA is in a state of frenzy. Laura Loomer said, "Wow, major L for the absolute losers in college Republicans who worked to help Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley during the GOP primary. As Donald Trump would say, go home to mommy." I don't know why anyone would ever quote that. Buzz Patterson said, "Don't ever ask me to speak for you idiots again. It's a no." I doubt he had anything of use to say anyways. CJ Pearson said, "As a national chairman of the GOP Youth Advisory Council, this is a disgusting and errant statement issued by the CRNC that does not represent the views of college Republicans in our country. Affirming this political persecution in any way isn't just wrong, it's disgusting." They really are purity testing losers. And I just want to say, the way the college Republicans responded actually maps on to most Republicans, most young Republicans that I know. Not a lot of them are sucked into the MAGA extremist hype. A lot of them are just chill Republicans who will oftentimes say, yeah, the 2020 election probably wasn't rigged. Trump just lies a lot, but he's a good businessman or whatever. I have a lot of friends that I argue with a lot, and they can concede these normal points like the 2020 election was free and fair. Stick around till the end of the video and I'll show you a really good debate I had with some college Republicans. Even the California college Republicans said, "What an unserious Republican response to this sham, rigged, political persecution of a trial against President Trump. The CRNC is run by Democrats, full stop." That is wild to me because the college Republicans even said that this was a politically motivated prosecution, even though there's no evidence of that. But because they said we should respect law and order, uphold the rule of law, respect our legal and judicial system, other college Republicans are purity testing them so hard, saying that they're run by Democrats. Former vice chairman of the California Republican Party, Harmeet Dillon, said, "What the hell, lose my number, you little tools." Definitely not an overreaction. MAGA is definitely not melting down over this verdict. Colonel Rob Mann said, "Verdicts from political show trials in kangaroo courts should never be respected. The rule of law will be coming for the fascists that did this soon. Responses like this are useless, and we will not support Republicans who refuse to fight like this organization." And this is MAGA simply using the tool of social pressure, which is very common in cults. When somebody starts to step out of line or not be in lockstep with you, even when you're about to walk off a cliff, then they start to pressure you into it. We saw this in Jim Jones' cult. We've seen it in many other scenarios where you do stuff to fit in, other people pressure you to do it, and that's what people like Laura Loomer are trying to do. People like Jack Posobiec when he says, "You will be burned to the ground." A little bit over dramatic there, man. But since we're talking about college Republicans, I thought this would be a really good opportunity to show you guys this really interesting conversation I had with two college Republicans at a Trump rally that were near my age a few months back. And these people aren't Trump cultists. You could tell they were kind of on the fence and couldn't tell if they wanted to vote Trump or not, which I think reflects a lot of people in my generation and a lot of people in America. They don't know if they can withstand a second Trump term, but they might vote for him for economic reasons is what they say. But watch this conversation. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you comment a blue heart if you made it this far, and watch till the end. What issues are important to you guys heading into the 2024 election?
health insurance, immigration. Mainly those two are the big ones right now. You know, the economy and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I also agree on those, but I also say that like abortion and I would also say immigration. I feel like we've gone a little too far in those directions for both sides, and I think we need to find a good solution.
Sorry, when it comes to abortion, are you in favor of protecting Roe v. Wade, or do you think it should be shot down among all states? Just to clarify.
It's more so of it should be a tragedy when it occurs, but if we have to go all in and it's last resort, I understand, but we should not just do it willy-nilly, you know?
The catchphrase was always, it should be safe, legal, but rare. So the goal is to teach sex ed at a young age and have people know that you can use protection in other ways and prevent abortions like from the fundamental level before it even has to happen. And then if someone does need it, we want them to be able to do it in a safe way where they don't have to hurt themselves, right?
Yeah, I agree. And I think if we found a solution like that, we would slowly start to uplift women again. They wouldn't be used so much. I really think everyone would honestly benefit from that.
Well, it's unintended consequences to the law, you know, like the goal is to, you know, protect the babies, but, you know, a lot of times it hurts women that need them for medical reasons.
Regarding healthcare, what are your goals with healthcare?
Universal coverage. Now, of course, I mean, that's the goal of everybody, but it's how you get there. That's the debate. You know, some people want a government mandated system or to expand the system we have. I mean, I'm not really sure, but I mean, it is a good goal.
Absolutely. It's a great goal because America is one of the richest, best countries in the world, and the fact that we have citizens struggling that can't get health care is kind of embarrassing, right? Yeah, our citizens should have the best health care out of any country because we're one of the best countries. Trump's goal was to shoot down the Affordable Care Act. He tried multiple times, and John McCain, if you remember, did the thumbs down and saved the Affordable Care Act because John McCain believed health care was important.
Yeah. And it's interesting because the Affordable Care Act was originally Newt Gingrich's proposal back in the 90s. And you know, that was the GOP plan back in the day, but then whenever it was passed by the Democrats, it just became a more partisan issue. You know, what was it called? Individual mandate system.
Yeah, I think Mitt Romney also had a big role in his state. He enacted it on a state level, and then Obama kind of stole it and did it on a federal level, which is great. And I think we should be protecting those people. I know people that wouldn't have health insurance without, it's anecdotal, but they wouldn't have health insurance without Obamacare. So yeah, it's really interesting stuff. And
it would have been a disaster for the Republicans down ballot in 2018 if John McCain kind of bailed them out.
Yeah, I feel like if Republicans didn't do too well in 2020 and 2022, I feel like a lot of it's a function of Roe v. Wade, like you guys were saying, women are getting disillusioned, and also some of these ideas like striking down healthcare, you need a plan to replace it before you're going to do that. Yeah. Finally, I'm enjoying this conversation. Thoughts on immigration, because you guys mentioned it.
Oh, you can go first.
I will say, you know, America is the place to be. Everyone wants to be here, but we should tighten it up a little bit. It's getting a little ridiculous out there. Like, we're seeing mass immigration, like the highest numbers I think we've ever seen, and
Biden did just try to propose a bill that all 17,000 border agents actually endorsed and said this is a great bill. For some reason, Trump told Congress to shoot it down, maybe for political purposes. So it seems like this is a hyper-partisan issue when it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't.
You know, I think, what was it, the senator from Oklahoma was like nodding in agreement to that, but knew that he couldn't vote for it or something. It's just too political.
The political system is broken, and the fact that we're all 18, 19, 20, I'm 21, and we're able to have this conversation actually gives me hope, because we're about to go talk to some older people, and I'm assuming they're not going to be as easy going as you guys.